Ik wil nu verder en het woord geven aan Anand Jagessar uit New York. Meneer Taus heeft Anand Jagessar al genoemd. Hij is een bekende van de minister Siudin en weliswaar van anderen die ook in dit seminar zitten. Anand heeft een compagnon, Mr. Sugrim. Mr. Sugrim speaks English, so from time to time we will have to switch to English. Sugrim, welcome. We appreciate your participation in this seminar. I will be the translator as far as I can get, summarizing what you will explain in English. Most of the Dutch people, Surinamese people can speak fluently English and understand it as well because we all watch the English cowboy movies. So as long as you go slowly, it will work fine. So Anand Jagessar, ik wil jou nu het woord geven en dan kun je zelf bepalen wanneer Sugrim het woord voert. Welkom.
Okay. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Minister of Agriculture, Palat Sudin, Ambassador to the Netherlands, Mr. Rajendra Kargi, Wetholder, Mr. Sheikh Karim, and all others invitees and participants, and also Chairman of VHP Nederland, Lakshman Sudama, and you, Mr. Ashwin Ramcharan. Thank you for the opportunity. There is a broad consensus, that farming is the future of Suriname and an industry that is sustainable and renewable. We know that farmers do what they do best, which is work hard day and night. But the question is, the fundamental question is, what can we do to improve their condition and what to do with their output? If these farmers are going to produce, what are we doing with it? And that's an essential question we all have to be able to answer. We have to show them how to work smarter through the use of proper technique, pesticides, and fertilizer. And these are the key ingredients for the farmers to be successful. Create a safe haven through farmers insurance so that they can get compensated in case of a natural disaster or a pandemic where all the crops are lost. These are the things that we have to make sure it's established, and that will guarantee that all farmers that work day and night and so hard are secure of a future. We can sit and talk and come up with ideas, of what can be done, but these are the essential stuff that needs to be worked on immediately for the future of these hardworking farmers. Agriculture experts by LFA should be working hand in hand, I feel, with the farmers to ensure that the proper technique, and Mr. Sugrim will elaborate on the techniques. We have visited Suriname recently. We had a discussion with Minister Sudin, and we've seen what the issues are that is facing all these farmers. The pesticides, the fertilizers being used are not being used properly. And I think we have to really get the University of Suriname and the experts of LFA involved in this in a very, close way. I feel that the university, ADEC experts, and LFA experts should visit these farmers, work with them. There should be a way of incentivizing these experts so that they can leave the office and go and be with the farmers. And those are things that we have to really work it out, and I think it's going to be the key to the success of our, farming in Suriname. And it is needless to say how important the role of the government is in this whole process. So, Mr. Sudin, we're going to ask you to really take a front row seat in this and help these farmers. And to be successful, I'm just going to make it very brief. And to be successful, the following are the keys to this whole thing. product quality, volume, because Mr. Sugrim will elaborate a little bit on what we have so far come up with as far as the market in the United States or the North American market, which is Canada and the United States and Mexico, but not so much, but these two countries. It's a huge market, but the quality of the product, the volume, the volume we were talking about is something I'm not sure if Suriname can deliver, but we have to work on that. The pricing, the packaging and processing, these are the keys. The export rates, everybody's talking about exports going to Holland at $3 a kilo or $4 a kilo. That's not acceptable. We have to find out why is it that Dominican Republic can ship their product by air at maybe 30% of the cost. So there is something we have to figure out, and we are in talks with SLM, trying to figure out where is this problem? Why is it that our cost is so astronomically high? So those are the things that we really have to work on. And now, I'm just going to leave the floor for Mrs. Zagreem because I'm not going to take much of you guys' time. Everybody has other things to do. But I would like Mrs. Zagreem to take the floor and talk a little bit more about what we have observed and what is out there for the Surinamese market out of Suriname. Mrs. Zagreem.
Thank you, Anand. Mrs. Sugrim, please, Akash, can you allow Mrs. Sugrim? Yes, Mrs. Sugrim, you can speak now.
Good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to Suriname. Good afternoon to Holland. And let me wish everyone a happy holiday there. I know you guys, Valentine is a big thing in Holland with all these roses and everything. So I'd like to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day all over the world. First of all, let me say, I'm a Guyanese by born, living in America for the past 52 years. I'm involved into farming, very big. I'm one of the big players in farming, growing cash crop. I do about 300 to 350 acres of plantation cash crop from Suriname, Guyana, and the Caribbean. One of your products, which was developed in the US back in 5 years back, was one of a big seller called the Madame Chanette pepper. I tapped into the Madame Chanette pepper, was a big thing. And what happened is when I realized that there was such a demand into this market, I tried to get as much products for the Surinamese, the Guyanese, the Trinidadians locally grown. And I was approached by Mr. Anand Jagessar, and we had a little discussion. We went to, he invited me to Suriname. I got to say thanks to him. I was greeted by Aziza Ayadin, Direct at the airport, the Agriculture Minister, Prahalad Siudin, members of the staff of the meeting. Discussion was held in various topics pertains to agriculture, the projects, farmers, and the export market. And as I observed during the time when I was there, I did a field trip from Saramaka down to Naikeri, down to Pomawaina, and I observed a lot of things which we'll discuss on this later on. But as I came back to the United States, I started to do some research on my own, and I find out that Suriname is part of CARICOM. They had an agreement was signed back in March 12 in Dominica. And the Caribbean Agricultural Health and Food Safety was created by the government of these CARICOM countries. And yet, some of these countries are not taking effective role into what was involved. That's the reason why some of these Caribbean countries cannot export their produce to the United States. They are not following the food and safety protocols to the United States, which was recommended by the Food and Drug Administration of US. So after coming back to the US, I started to do some more investigation and find out what is lack that Suriname need to enhance their capability of exporting to the United States. And as I tap into it, I have my counterpart in Washington who was trying to help me out in some of these information. And I was able to work very hard on this, and we can able to assure now that we can bring in, start to bring in some fruits and vegetables out of Suriname to the US. But like Anand and Jagessar just mentioned, how are we going to start to bring in these fruits and vegetables if we have a very, we don't have a competitive price? I know the farmers are working very hard in Suriname, but they must be able to have, you know, their part, what they played in the farming, to have something very efficient for them. Whatever contributed towards the farming, they must make back some money onto that. So the whole thing in this, that the farmers in Suriname is working hard. The airline is going to be charging a price, and at the bottom, at the end of the day, the bottom line, how much would the farmer gain on this? How much would the airline work on this? How much can we help them into Suriname? I was able to did some field investigation in Suriname based upon my knowledge in the US, the way we do farming in America here. And I have observed a lot of problems which the government of Suriname should take an initiative for, to go and take a look at some of these farmers' fields. And, you know, if it's in America, we will have the agriculture people to go and visit our farms to see what the farmers need. And Suriname don't have that. Suriname have a lot of products can be exported. They have a lot of products that the farmers can grow. This market ready to buy anything. We need foodstuff in America here, but can Suriname deliver these quality control products and efficient on a weekly basis? I'm working very hard to help the Suriname people, at the same time to bring food to the table of the people in America, including Suriname, Trinidad, Guyanese, all nations. And we know we can get a lot of those stuff. One of the, well, not one, there's many situations that as I was visiting some of the fields, the farmers need education, how to prepare the land, how to take care of the product that they planted. They are using all sorts of fertilizers. They're using what they think will work. They're using pesticide, fungicide for something that they don't need to use fungicide and pesticide. These things, people have to educate these farmers. They're willing to work. The Surinamese people willing to work. They have a lot of land, and I travel quite a lot in different parts of the world where I look at farming very serious, where foodstuff is concerning very serious. And what I notice that these farmers left alone, the government is not doing anything. I wouldn't say the government is not doing part of it, but majority of it, the government should take an active role into assisting these farmers where they're having serious problems with some of these fruits and vegetables they're growing. Where, as you know, the rainfall in Suriname is, we have a lot of rainfalls, and we're gonna have a lot of fungicide and pesticide in these crops. How can we address this situation where the government don't take part of it to assist the farmers? How are we going to be able to get good quality of products from the field to the warehousing to shipping into the United States? If something goes wrong, we cannot do anything from our end if they don't take care from their end. I will give you some examples what I noticed.
Mr. Sugreen, I would like to give you 1 minute now.
Yes.
Please.
Okay. What I noticed in some of the fields right now, that the farmers, they're having a problem. If you can look at the screen here, there is one of the fruit, the peppers they're growing. It has something called anthrax. and they are using all medication, nothing helps. That's part of a problem they should be able to address, because this is not going to help. One farmer is going to affect the entire country once this disease spread all over the place.
Okay.
And some of these things got to be discussed. We had a meeting with Suriname areas, trying to bring out stuff out of Suriname. We are working on that very diligently. We have applied for some of the paperwork for Washington USDA, which I have from Suriname now to Guyana to import certain variety of products from Suriname. I would like to have Suriname play an important role in this, whereas quality control, the pricing, competitively, warehousing, freezing facility for export market, and to take an initiative part and identify these farmers in different localities by giving them ID numbers. So if we should bring in this stuff into America and we have a problem of bacteria or something, we can trace it back to that farm where it comes from, and we can take it from there. I'm here to assist you guys if everything done in the right direction. So I'm here to give as much help from Washington. I can talk to my counterpart from the New York office. I can able to work from here to help you guys out. Thank you.
Mr. Dugan, thank you so much for the elaboration. We appreciate your commitment to helping Suriname as a non-Surinamese person, but as you can see, the neighboring Guyana is really our brothers and sisters. So as the president has also been showing us, there is a close partnership between Guyana and Suriname. It's being worked on by the Minister of Buitenlandse Zaken, the Foreign Affairs Minister. The president himself is committed to the brothership. So I'm really glad that you, as a non-Surinamese, are participating in this seminar. You're sharing your field experience when you visited Suriname with us. And I will switch briefly into Dutch to summarize what you said. Het is dus volgens meneer Soegrim heel belangrijk dat we op een aantal punten vooruitgang boeken. En het allerbelangrijkste is de kwaliteitscontrole. Amerika heeft hele hoge eisen als het gaat om voedselveiligheid. De landbouwers kunnen best wel wat meer kennis en ervaring gebruiken om hun gewassen beter te telen, betere registratie te doen van insecticides en dergelijke. Allemaal noodzakelijk om die kwaliteitscertificering te krijgen, om de Amerikaanse markt in te gaan. En last but not least, de logistics. Het is heel belangrijk dat ook de kostprijs van het vervoeren van de local produce naar Amerika toe, dat dat goed onder de loep wordt genomen. En ik kijk naar de chatfunctie van Zoom en ik zie een aantal leuke vragen opdoemen. Die komen straks allemaal aan beurt, zoveel mogelijk als kan. Dus blijven jullie je vragen sturen via de chat. Mr. Soegrim, once again, thank you very much. We appreciate the fact that you are really committed to helping Suriname to penetrate the US market. Anand, jij ook van harte bedankt. We hebben heel veel gesprekken met elkaar gehad. Ik weet hoe je denkt. Je bent iemand van weinig woorden en meer van daden. Dus ik hoop dat dat ook een nieuwe manier van politiek voeren kan zijn in Suriname. Dat we ook echt daadkrachtig met dingen omgaan. Dank je wel.